Well, you guys, she is finally finished. And you guys that make journals know how many hours and days and weeks go into making journals. So for the closure, I did one of those just kind of loopy things with a bow on the side. So all you have to do to open it is just slip this sari silk around it. And I used two different colors. And on the first page, I used a little doily and I put in a card, "This book belongs to." I added a little bit of lace down the side of the inside page. And I'm sure I've told you the digital kits I used was Medieval Mirage, French, Rococo, Rhapsody, Mary, Antoinette, and Ladies. And this was the tall one. So on the first page is where I put my tag with my feather in it. I did a tutorial on how I do these, and there is some pearls here on the edge of that. I adhered it with washi tape. This page has a little bit of a charm on the edge here, and I thought that looked royal. I put 3 strips of the digital kit over it because I had accidentally glued in that beautiful music paper upside down, but I don't think you can really notice it. In this pocket, I put 3 journaling tags. And on this one, I backed it with ledger paper and had used a border punch to edge it. Here is a big pocket, and in this pocket I put some original French ephemera. It's on onion skin paper. I did put in quite a bit of original things. Here is a belly band, and on this page was that French cookbook that I got, and there is an embroidery pattern from Paris that I think is quite old, and then a French letter, and I don't believe there's a date on that one. On this edge, I put some washi tape, and then you're able to see that beautiful text there. On this page, this is from Roxy Creations, and I did a flip out with a little bit of a digital here from the kit, and I got this idea from Sharon Hearth, where she did 2 images and then sandwiched in between them some velvet ribbon, and I love that idea. Thank you, Sharon. And I attached it with a small little pink clothespin. I think I need to bring that up a little bit. Yeah. In the center of every single signature, I added little paper dangles. This is another one of those tags that have a pocket with them. On this page, I did a flip out. It was that really large, beautiful French cookbook with that onion skin paper on it, or tissue paper. And again, this was another idea from Sharon. I love this, where you punch 2 holes in the paper and then just tie some baker's twine through it. This is a large pocket where I used this image to make a large journaling card. And then I backed this journaling card on French book page and then had a tab up at the top. This is antique embroidery pattern, a flip out with a pocket with a big journaling card. I added a little bit of lace on that page. On this page, I attached paper to it so you can have a large journaling spot there, and added just a tiny bit of lace there on that edge. This page flips out. I did a little bit of stenciling here and added that image up there. Did a little bit of stenciling there. This is an envelope in which I used some of my Italian vintage hemp string. I do have it in my Etsy store, and there is a journaling card in there. Large flip out with some washi tape there. This one is a pocket with several different little tags in it. This one says Paris. This looks like a vintage woman. It's like a little tea card. This was from the kit, and this is just a tiny little envelope that flips up and then tucks in there. French book page there. And on this tag, I put a little bit of cheesecloth here, one of Rachel's little labels there, and just some ribbon there. Tucked it into this little corner here. On this tag here, I put a little bit of gold trim on the edge there. A little tab to turn the page there. This flips out. This is a French ledger page. It's quite large, and I put a large journaling tag in this side pocket here. On this page, I added just this small image, a little bit of rose colored or pink trim, and a little bit of lace along the edge. Did a little bit of stenciling there, have this Paris tab there, and it's double-sided. There is the man and woman there and a woman there. This is an embroidery pattern. It's fabric. It's from Paris. I did some stabilizing material on the back of it to give it a little bit of stability or strength. And I attached this little dangle. It has a book on it to the edge. And then another one of those journaling tags with a pocket. A little bit of gold trim at the top. This has a pocket, a side pocket with a large journaling card with a pretty rose. I extended this page and then stenciled on it. I added these two dangles. They are butterfly and from the Medieval Mirage kit. This is the other side of that ledger page. And to strengthen these areas here where they had torn, I put some faux Scotch tape, aged Scotch tape. There is a tab here. I stenciled a fleur-de-lis there. This is some of my blueberry dyed paper. And in this side pocket here, I have a skeleton leaf that I've glued on there. It is a triple fold out card. And that's the other side of that French embroidery pattern with the French writing on it. This is some eco-dyed paper from my friend Betsy that I just hinged on this small piece of one of the signature pages. This is another one of those beautiful French cookbook pages. I added a little washi tape there and just a tiny little bit of stenciling there. Some William Morris washi tape there. And on this page, I did a tiny little bit of stenciling. I backed this journaling tag with a little bit of fabric that had some lace on it and then added paper to it, sewed around it so you can journal here, and left the gold threads there. And then here I just added a small piece of velvet ribbon. Down here there is a Champs-Élysées Arc de Triomphe charm. And this is some of my avocado dyed paper. I did do a little bit of Nouveau drops here. And then this is a French book page there, rag paper. I did a flip out here. And this was some of the ledger paper that I printed on. And then I have this beautiful image in the center of this rose with these two little embellishment paper dangles. Did a little bit of stenciling there. Here's another one of those side pockets with a Paris journaling card with some music up at the top. Here is a paper bag, a glassine bag that I put on this page. This is original French book page that I did do a little bit of embossing on. And then I have a journaling card there. I attached this little yo-yo or Suffolk puffs there to the edge of that page. Little bit of William Morris washi in the center there. And on this page, I edged it with some velvet ribbon. On this page, I attached a small little clip with a little bit of lace on there. And there is a French vocabulary card there. Perfume bottle label and original 18. I think it's 69. I can see the 1, 8, and the 6, but I'm not sure what that number is. But that's original that I put in there. There's a journaling card here. I added some lace to the front of it, and then an image from the kit, and then backed it with some ledger paper and just a little bit of eyelash trim there. I edged this piece, did a little bit of stenciling there on both of those. I showed you in my Quick Tip Thursday how I did this stenciling. And I also showed this beautiful page where I had printed the digital on some ledger paper, and then I added pieces of fabric that were the same color scheme as the journal. It's more of like a sampler of fabrics. And I added just a small little bit of gold trim at the bottom here, some washi tape there. On this envelope, it's a little bit different. A lot of times you would put your envelope down vertically, but this one I did more this way. It opens up and reveals a journaling card in which I did sandwich some fabric in between it, but then backed it with some paper so you could journal on it. This is some beautiful French ledger paper. And then I attached onto it some journaling paper. It flips out, and then in this pocket, I added a large journaling page. And then there's a small pocket here with a couple of dangles from the center of the signature, and I added this little tag there. I edged this page with a little bit of lace. And then in this pocket, I did a small little embellishment there of book page that I put gold paint around it. Small little image there. And in this pocket, there is some original French documents. I'm not sure if there's a year, but this is original. This one is also original from 1851. It appears to be a ledger page. And then I added this tag where I put just a little bit of tulle through the top there. Did a little bit of stenciling there, some stenciling there, added a tab there. In this pocket, there is 2 cards. One is just kind of like a Paris postcard, and then a fabric sample here with a little bit of lace, and I think this is like a tapestry fabric there. And then I added just a small image there on the corner pocket. And then on this last page, I put a small embellishment of some fuzzy cotton tape that's in my Etsy store. Added a little key on a bulb pin there on the edge. Added a little bit of lace at the bottom. On the last page, I glued down this piece of a hanky or a napkin, and then I added my letter that I include in all of my journals, helping people know what you can do with a journal. And I signed it. The next journal I have is a soft covered journal. It measures the same as the hardcover one, which is about 12 inches by 7 inches. It is closed with sari silk tied into a bow. And in the front, I have an original document dated 1865 from France, and then a large journaling card. This book belongs to, and I have these labels in my Etsy store. It flips over with an attached sheet. In here is a large pocket, and I inserted 2 pieces of original ephemera, a French book page, and a French onion skin document. I'm sorry, there's no date on that one. Here's where I decided to attach my feather. I did do a tutorial on that. I showed you guys that with a small tag, and it flips out. In here I have a journaling card that you can write here with a piece of lace, and it is a top loading tuck. You can journal here. I have a card here that I added just a little bit of eyelash trim to it. And then on the other page is a journaling card. This is the French cookbook, and I edged that page. I love this image. What I did with it is I backed it with a cream colored card. I sewed a little bit of lace on the edge. I gathered some lace here, and then I glued small little pearls in there and sewed around it with some gold thread. It tucks into this vellum pocket, and that is a flip out. And this back piece is original French ledger page. I have a journaling card there with a little bit of an emblem there that I put Nouveau drops on it. This pocket here has 3 tags in it. Added a little bit of lace on that one and just a tiny bit of cheesecloth there. And some lace along the edge. I've added some pearls here. We have a small journaling card here in the vellum pocket. A glassine bag here, and on this card I did back it in between some fabric that had lace on it, then added the paper onto the back so you could journal on it, and sewed around it. I love the way that looks. It's so pretty. Lots of journaling space there. Here is a lace top-loading pocket with a journaling card. A little bit of French book page there with some gold around it. Little bit of blue velvet trim there. This has a flip out with a tall envelope and a journaling card in there. A small little journaling card there tucked in this little fan. This is a flip out. This was printed on my ledger paper. I love the way that looks. So beautiful. And this is the center of the journal with a couple of paper dangles. This is a French book page. I have a journaling card extended out there. Journaling space there with a little bit of velvet ribbon as a tab. Here is another flip out with a window. Pocket, and there is dried flowers underneath there that I glued in there. And then that journaling card just slips right back in there with this gentleman peeking out there. Small journaling tag here with a little bit of antique lace on it. I extended this page here. This is an original French embroidery pattern with letters. Nice journaling spot there. This pocket has 6 small little journaling tags, a French vocabulary card, several different little bitty cards. That's a little chateau there, and they all just tuck into that pocket there. I have an envelope here with journaling page there, and it just tucks in there, and I just slide that underneath there to hold that in place. I did some texture paste there. Extends out, small pocket here with a journaling card. Some of that lovely French book page from that French cookbook. I edged it with some of the paper from the digital kit. Large journaling space here. This one is extended with a French 1800s book. You can journal up there, journal down there, and journal there. In this pocket here, I have an original French letter. And it is from 1889. It actually is an invoice from Bordeaux. Well, it says Bordeaux there, but then here it says Lyon and Marseille. That they must have shops in both of those cities. And then one of my pocket tucks tags. This page here has multiple pockets. Journaling card here. A large journaling card back here. And then several more into that beautiful pocket. And then in the back is my letter from the journal maker. So here is one of the slow stitch packs that I've put together, and that is in my Etsy store, and I'm going to show you everything that's in it. So you get 3 yo-yos. It's all coordinating fabric and lace. This is some of the Italian vintage hemp that I bought in Italy. Some of it is new, some of it is old. This is a set of 3 beads, 12 inches of ivory lace, then a small piece of, looks like a crocheted lace, 3 little pieces of, it almost looks like a small applique, some pink trim, some green thread, and I did not measure how much is on this, but if you can see it, it is got like little knots in it, so it's really pretty on journals or on slow stitching for couching and what have you. You get a yard of lace, and let me show you this lace. The lace, it is scalloped. A piece of vintage fabric. This is the matching fabric that was with it. This is some fairly new fabric, a size that piece. Coordinating piece of pink, kind of a leaf design. A pretty good size piece of green fabric. It's an olive green. Good size piece of muslin. And then last but not least, a piece of my vintage Italian hemp from Italy. I have 6 of these kits, This is how it will come to you, and they are $20 a kit. Next, I have some lace packs, and we'll start off with this one here on the left. There is a yard of it, and it measures about 2.5 inches. That's what it looks like up close. And then the next one is 3 yards, and it is scalloped like a border. And then the next 5 are 2 white ones and 3 ivory or ecru ones. This one at the bottom here, they are 1 yard each. It has a type of ruffle. This one here is scalloped on the bottom. The next one is nice and thin. It's beautiful for edging journals. It's about 1/2 inch there. Then there's a white one. It measures just about 1 inch. And then the last one is scalloped like that. And they will come packaged like this. So you're going to get all 9 yards. I only have 4 of them. And so I'm going to price them at $14, which is only $1.55 per yard. Next up is some gold trim lace, and it is a yard, and I always add just a little bit extra. And there it is up close. And let me show you how I used it in a page in a journal. So as you look at the journal and you turn the pages, that's what you're going to see. Isn't that pretty? So that's one, and it, like I said, is in 1 yard increments, and it's only $1.50. Next is this kind of crocheted trim. If I can find the end of it. Okay, so that's what it looks like. And I have that in 3 yard packs. So there it is up close. And let me show you what I did with this. I love putting things like this on the edges of my book pages because I think it just adds so much more. So again, as you turn the pages of the book or look at it, that's what you're going to see. So that is 3 yard amount, and that is going to be $4. In my Etsy store, I am adding pages from 20 different ledgers. And let me show you what the ledgers are like. This one is quite large, and the year is 1888. This is my Italian ledger from 1905. And you can see it's got beautiful writing in it. This ledger is from 1898. And then we have one from 1896. These pages are nice because they're the alphabet. I'm not sure if I have a date on that. These pages are from either 1897 to 1901. These pages are single pages and they're 1919 to 1925. These are 1907 or 8 pages. These are from 1893 to 1910. These are 1890. Then we have a lot of blank pages. Some of these are written there, but there is some blank pages which I like to add to journals because then people have a place to journal. We've got a couple of small ones here. Another small one, 1909. And some of them are written on, but some of them are not. These, I believe, were all blank. So again, nice to journal on and put in your journals. Again, a lot of blank ones. These are all filled in, and then they also have some ephemera with them. And all of them, with the exception of one ledger, is double pages. This is 1906. This is, I think this is fairly new, this one. I think 1978, 79, yeah. And then this one here, again, I believe is mostly blank pages, but there's a lot of 1800 ones and the one Italian one. Next is a little flip through that I filmed to post in my Etsy store so people could see how many pages there are. There are a total of 38 pages, and then these are some still shots that I took to also post in my Etsy store. So there's a good variety of sizes and types of ledgers for you to put into your journals. I hope you enjoy them. Like I said in a previous video, the larger ledger pages can be trimmed down and printed on, and they really look pretty. So that's it for this video of what's in my Etsy store. I appreciate each and every one of you, and thank you for joining me. The link to my Etsy store is down in the description box if you're interested in any of these products.